This is unbelievable. How is it possible that after they just buried their friend, their son, and he died from cigarettes at age 33, that they would start smoking a cigarette? What were they thinking? What were they thinking? What was Brian thinking all those years? He knew he should have quit, but he didn't quit. So why didn't he quit? Because there's a scary truth about smoking, and it's called addiction. They couldn't stop. Now, that's not to say that there aren't medical ways of stopping smoking and there aren't treatments that people can't take. And I'm sure if any of you know somebody who wants to quit smoking, you can get in touch with us. We can let you know what those treatments are. But nicotine, which is the major drug in cigarettes, has been shown to be more addictive than cocaine or heroin. Let me say that again. Nicotine, which is the primary drug in smoking, is more addictive than cocaine. Within 8 seconds after your first cigarette puff, when you're coughing and turning green and wheezing, your brain is sending messages to the rest of your body telling you that you need to smoke another cigarette. It's a physical message in your brain that you cannot control. It's that addictive. So they took a poll of smokers. We're talking about all types of people. And they said, would you like to quit smoking? 75% of people said they would like to quit smoking. That's 3/4 of the people who were smoking wanted to quit. Now I want to ask you another question. How many of those people, when they said they wanted to quit, with all of their mind and their heart, were able to quit by just saying, no more cigarettes? The answer is scary. It's 3%. 3 out of 100 people. That's it. Now we all know that there are things that we do in our lives. When our rebbeim have told us, you can't call out in class anymore. You can't behave this way. Our parents say you must do better on this math test. And so we say, it's so difficult, I don't know how I can do it. But over time, we put our minds to it, and we try very hard, and we improve, and we get over all of the hurdles in our lives. Each and every one of them. This is different. This is chemical. This is biological. This is going on in your brain without you being able to take control over it. So lest you think this is a problem only of people of the outside world, of outside of this room. We know of stories of great Rabbanim who have had very, very hard times quitting smoking. There's a famous story of a great Rav who cut his cigarettes into small little pieces so he could smoke a little bit at a time because he couldn't stop smoking. There's another story of a very famous Rav who wanted to quit smoking and wrote about it in his forum that he wanted to quit smoking and he knew it was part of his Yetzer Hara and he needed to quit smoking. And what he had to do is he went around to every single person in the Beis Medrash telling them, you know I've quit smoking, even though he hadn't quit smoking. So that way, when he was in the confines of the Beis Medrash with all of his Talmidim, he would be embarrassed to light a cigarette, and he was successful in quitting smoking. But these are stories of great Rabbanim, of great strength of character. It's very, very difficult to quit smoking. So even one cigarette, even one moment is enough to get you on that addiction train. But here's the worst part about it all. You're probably thinking, okay, so I'm in 7th or 8th grade. I'm not in danger of smoking. There's no one around me that's smoking. I'm not interested in smoking. It's for older people. Let me tell you something very scary. 90% of people who start smoking and become addicted do so before the age of 19. That means, let me say that again, 90% of the people who are addicted to smoking, who go through all those stories that we just talked about, who can't put down a package of cigarettes, it happens before the age of 19. What does that mean? That means that you here in this room are the target of all of the advertising, of all of the interest and money of the tobacco companies, because they know that the people that are going to start smoking are the people in this room. Not the people in their jobs, not the people in colleges and universities, the people in this room. That's the target. So you are the ones that have the opportunity to make the decision to say no to smoking. Don't ever touch a cigarette. There's just no reason to. Not on Purim, not as a chassan, not for any reason. Don't touch a cigarette. Ashreinu, we are so lucky in our community that we are not immersed in the television and movies and advertisements that are out there that are telling people all the time to start smoking. We have to take advantage of the fact that our parents and our Rebbeim have taught us to focus on our Torah and Yiras Shamayim, that we're not interested in all of that. We have better things to do with our time. We're so lucky, and we have to take advantage of the fact that we're lucky in that way. I had a patient, let me tell you. I take care of lung cancer patients every day of the week. That's all I do. I had a woman who was in her 70s, and she said to me, Dr. Allen, I've been smoking for 45 years, and now I have lung cancer. I'm getting chemotherapy and radiation treatments. I can't swallow, I can't breathe, I feel terrible, and I'm probably going to die. She said to me, I wish I could take back the cigarettes and take them away. Unfortunately, we are not a Kadosh Baruch Hu. We cannot take back those cigarettes for her. But, she said, I said, I'm going to speak to a young group of men in 7th and 8th grade, and she said, tell them that they can take back the cigarettes for me. They can start not smoking, and that can take back all of those years that I smoked. You all have the opportunity that this woman will not have. You have an opportunity that I won't have, because you are in 7th and 8th grade now, and you have the opportunity not only to say no to smoking for yourselves, but to say no to smoking for your chaverim. Because we know that each and every one of us is responsible for the person next to them. If you see one of your chaverim smoking, you have the responsibility, the achrayus, is to say to them, please, don't smoke. Don't endanger your lives. Each and every one of us has an unbelievable koach to accomplish things in this world. Hashem has put us on this earth to accomplish things. And if you pick up a cigarette, chas v'shalom, and you become addicted to smoking, and you become sick, chas v'shalom, and your life is cut short, and you don't accomplish that goal, what a terrible shame. But if you decide that you're going to say no to all of that, and you're never going to touch a cigarette, and you're going to take your responsibility to Kadosh Baruch Hu seriously, and you're going to take your achrayus to your fellow chaverim seriously, and you're never ever going to touch a cigarette, you can change the world. Here and right now. So, here it is. You have tremendous potential. You come from wonderful homes. You're in a wonderful yeshiva. I am offering to you today that pill. The pill that you can take that can prevent you from getting the most terrible cancers that I talked about, for terrible heart disease and lung disease, that can enable you to be successful in what you want to do when you grow up and get the appropriate shidduch and everything that you want. I'm offering it to you today. Right here, right in this room. All you have to do is make a commitment to yourself and say to yourself, I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it. I'm going to take the opportunity and say, no more smoking for me, no more smoking for anyone that I know. You can take that opportunity today to pick up that pill and take it and say to yourselves, I'm more important than that. I have more important things to do, and I'm not going to smoke. So please, don't ever pick up a cigarette. Don't ever smoke a cigarette or a cigar or chewing tobacco. Take this opportunity to make yourselves into better people. And if we do this, if we really do this, we can go on to the more important things in life. And we can go on to accomplish all of the things that Hashem has set out for us. I hope you'll be interested in taking this pill. Thank you.
If you care about your family, if you care about your father, if you care about your mother, if you care about yourself and yeshiva, for your friends, you should care about making sure that you do not take part of in any venture that involves smoking.
And there's no question in my mind, if the Chachamim would have been today, they would ask us smoking for everybody. They would ask us smoking. Because you bring yourself in a matzav of sakana. And this is also to bring yourself in a matzav of sakana.
טוב.